Okay, so I know that Retro Month was supposed to be a whole month of episodes of the Allie-RX show where I reviewed retro games. Now all of a sudden I'm continuing the rest of the month in March, even though I started in February. Oh, I have a lot of reasons for that. If you haven't been following my updates, I've been dealing with something sad and personal in my life, and as a result I had to pull back on my YouTube content. But all that has passed by, and I am getting back on track. So from here on out, I'm gonna bring you nothing but content from me. YouTube reviews, let's plays, and whatnot. So without further ado, here is my review of Nights in the Dreams here on the Allie-RX show Retro Month. Welcome to episode 7 of the Allie-RX show, starring yours truly. And welcome to part 2 of Retro Month. In a generation dominated by PlayStation and Nintendo 64, I was one of the very few people in America who owned a Sega Saturn. In fact, I was the only kid among my family and friends who actually owned one. But even though virtually nobody owned a Sega Saturn, I found a lot of hidden gems that nobody appreciated. And one of those gems was a game called Nights in the Dreams. Developed by Sonic Team, Nights was a cult classic that filled in the empty void of a 3D Sonic game that never got released. So how good is Nights in the Dreams? Let's find out. Before I start this review, I should point out that the footage you see here is not from the original Saturn version. It's actually from the PlayStation 2/HD remake. However, this version has a mode where you can play the original Saturn version. I'll explain more later, but right now, let's get on with the review. In this game, you play as either Clarice or Elliot. Each character is split up into 3 different dreams, including one final dream where you can play as either one of them, giving you a grand total of 8 dreams. However, in order to play the final dream, you have to complete every other dream with a C rank or higher. But it's not that easy, and I will explain why later. In each dream, you start off carrying these 4 spheres called Idias. As soon as you're near the goal where Nights is, they are immediately stolen by Nightmarans. In order to get them back and complete the dream, you merge with Nights, and that's where the gameplay begins. To get the Idias back, collect at least 20 orbs, destroy the Idia captors to collect 1 Idia, get to the goal, repeat the same steps 3 more times to complete the stage and face the boss. Now you might think this is easy at first, but you'll soon realize that's not the case. Remember, you have to complete all 6 dreams with a C rank or higher to unlock the final dream. You can't do that by simply collecting the orbs and destroying the Idia captures. Otherwise, you'll only get a D or an E. So in order to get a C or better, you gotta complete each dream with a high enough score. To get an A, you gotta complete the stage with the highest possible score. How do you do that? Well, as you can see, there is a timer as well as a score count. Most gamers nowadays tend to ignore the score count and they don't see any purpose for it. They just want to complete the game. However, in this case, the score count is a big deal. So not only do you have to collect all the orbs and destroy the Idia captures, you also have to fly through rings, collect all the stars, and collect the gold orbs after destroying the Idia captures. All before the timer runs out. If you don't make it before the timer runs out, your character will separate from Nights. And once you get to the goal on foot, you automatically get an F rank. Nights is a game that's not only very relaxing, but also very challenging. It's relaxing because it feels like you're in a dream where you can fly freely, do loop-de-loops to collect orbs and defeat enemies, boost your speed, and change into different forms. It's challenging because of the fact that you gotta get a high score in each stage to unlock the final one. It may not be easy at first for many people, but with trial and error, playing Nights makes the game a lot longer and a lot more enjoyable. The level design is what stands out the most in this game,
I absolutely love all the environments the game has. It's very creative and very original. Also, each time you reach the goal with an idia you collect, the course changes, giving you more traps, more enemies, and so on. And the bosses you face are all different from each other, and they all have to be defeated in a certain way. The graphics are amazing for 1996. They're filled with colorful 3D environments that capture children's dreams very well. The music in this game is also great, and it truly captures the feel of the game. But with all the great stuff about this game, it is not without its flaws. The camera is a bit wonky at times, especially during boss fights, and there are times when you get stuck in certain places for a brief moment. This doesn't hurt the game, but it can get really annoying, especially if you're trying to complete a dream before the timer runs out. Also, in the Stick Canyon, there's a part where you're on this ride to collect rings, orbs, and other stuff, and although it adds variety, it's a pain in the ass to control, making it a bit difficult to collect stuff. All in all, Nights in the Dreams is a beautiful and original game, and with the absence of Sonic at the time, having a game like Nights truly filled in the void. It's an underrated classic, and I really love this game. I give Nights in the Dreams a gold. As I said earlier, the footage I used for this review is technically from the remake. This version was released on the PS2 in 2008 in Japan, and was remastered in HD in 2012 for Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, and Steam. So if you have an Xbox 360, PS3, or gaming PC, get this game now! It's only $10 and it's totally worth it. Another version of Nights titled Christmas Nights was released in December of 1996. This version of Nights only contains one dream, the Christmas version of Spring Valley. It was not released by itself in stores. You either got it by purchasing another Saturn game during Christmas time at certain retailers, or you got it from a game magazine. You can also play Christmas Nights on the PS2 in HD remakes. You get this by completing all the dreams, including the final dream with a C rank or higher. And finally, there's a sequel called Nights Journey of Dreams. It was released on the Wii in 2007. I'll review the sequel sometime in the future.
So that was my review of Nights in the Dreams for the Sega Saturn here on the Allie-RX show. Now I want your opinion. Did you enjoy this review? Did you agree with it? Did you disagree? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and if you really enjoyed this review, make sure you share it with your friends so that others can enjoy. Tune in next time for the conclusion of Retro Month as well as the season finale of the Allie-RX show, when I review the arcade classic, Bad Dudes vs. Dragon Ninja. I'm Allie-RX, and I tell it like it is.